Hey everyone, it's Heidi here to talk to you today about everything book subscription related. You can call them book boxes, you can call them a book club, book bundles, book bags, whatever you call them. They are a wonderful way to help you achieve increased sales, happy customers, promotions, new customers, and happy kids. Now, there are lots of different ways to do a book club or book subscriptions. I did a lot of research before I did my first book subscription, and I still messed up. Oh, spring here yet? But after doing it a few times now, I have found a way that really works for me. So I'm going to tell you tips on what I do for my successful book subscription club. So the first important thing to get down is pricing. You don't want to lose money on a book subscription offer. The way that I price my book subscriptions is $60 a subscription. I run my subscriptions for 3 months at a time. I have a winter, a summer, and a fall. And that $60 total covers all 3 months for the customer. In order to run the book subscription, I need at least 5 subscriptions to make this work. Because we're entering it in as an e-fare, your total has to be at least $250 minimum sales. And 5 subscriptions will get you there. And this is how. So with that $60, I take $10 and put it in my pocket right up front for shipping. Each month, medium mail shipping is around $3.33, give or take. And so that $10 will cover my shipping for 3 months. That leaves me with $50 to use for that customer's books. Now, when you enter in your $250 in your e-fare, you're going to get 50% back in free books. So this is what it's gonna look like. All right, so we've got our 5 orders. I've taken the $10 off of the $60 total. So I'm left with $50 for books. If I multiply that by my 5 orders, I have exactly $250 for my e-fare. Perfect. And with an e-fare, you get free shipping. Now, this is gonna give me another $125 in free books for a total of $375 that I get to use to personally shop for my customers. Gosh, it doesn't get better than that. If you divide the $375 by your 5 orders, that gives you $75 total to use for their subscription for the 3 months. If you want to break that down further, that's about $25 average in books for each month of the subscription. Does that make sense? You don't have to stick to that every month. I personally do, except if I want to add a special book in. For instance, if for their final month, I want a pullback book for $24.99, then I'll add in a beginner's book for $4.99. And the month prior, their book subscription will only have $20 worth of books. But it all works out in the end to $75 total. Now, commission on e-fares is 17%. So if you have 5 orders and you're putting in an e-fare of $250, this gives you a commission of $42.50. So book subscriptions aren't a huge moneymaker, but they're so worthwhile for so many other things besides commission, and I love them. The math works out the same no matter how many orders you have past 5 orders. Let's say you have 10 subscriptions. Again, take that $10 right off the top of the $60 subscription fee. Put it in your pocket for shipping. Now again, you have $50 for books to spend times 10 subscriptions. This gives you $500 total plus the $250 e-fare 50% back free books. And that's $750 total. So exciting. That you get to go in and choose for books. Divided by 10 for each subscription, again, $75 per customer or $25 per month for that subscription service. And this leaves you with $85 commission. Now, not to confuse you, but I want to show you something. When I do book subscriptions, I have paid tax for my customers. I take that out of my commission. I also pay for my shipping supplies. But if you have a large number of subscriptions, you can take the tax and the shipping supply fee out of that $60 right off the top along with your shipping. For instance, let's say you get 10 orders. Now you can't do this if you only have 5 orders because you need $250 minimum, and that's where you're gonna be at 5 orders. But if you have more orders than that, you can take a little more out so that you're not paying for taxes. So let's say you take $15 out of that $60 subscription service fee and put that in your pocket. That $15 is gonna pay not only for the shipping for the 3 months, but it'll also pay for taxes and for your shipping materials. That's gonna leave you with $45 per subscription to use for books. $45 times 10 subscriptions leaves you with $450 to put into your e-fare. Plenty of money for an e-fare. That's gonna give you $225 in free books for a total of $675 in books for those subscriptions. Divided by 10 for the number of subscriptions, and this leaves you with $67.50 worth of books for the total 3-month subscription. It's still a deal. They're still paying $60, getting free shipping and tax, and getting another $7.50 on top of their $60 in books. It all works out for everyone. If you divide this up by the 3 months, instead of $25 a month, now it's around $22.50 a month for books. And it's less money that you have to pay out of your wallet. So there are many ways to do it. You need to find what works for you. Now that we've got pricing down, let's talk about prep. I put out announcements in my VIP and business group about 6 weeks prior to the first mailing of the first month of subscriptions. This allows me a week or 2 to amp up excitement and get verbal orders. Because I need 5 subscriptions minimum, I put out the announcement, and then as people say, yes, I want a subscription, I tell them that's awesome. I'm gonna write your name down, and when I have 5 orders, I'll let you know and we can talk about payment. So I don't collect any money until I know that I have 5 orders. And I also let people know in my groups, we've got 3 orders, 2 orders left, and we can run book subscriptions. And it gets people excited. Once I've got my 5 orders or more, I start collecting money. I collect the total $60 upfront for the 3 months. And you can do this different ways. If you know the person, you can have them mail a check. You can accept PayPal, friends and family for no fees. You can use your Square account. There's even ways to exchange money now via your iPhone or through Messenger. Just be careful of the ways that you accept money if you don't know the person on the other end. There's also a way to input their credit card info right into the e-fare in Order Pro if you already have your books in there. I tend not to do that way. I get nervous that the credit card is gonna get wiped out or something and then I'm gonna have to re-ask for it. So I usually just accept check, PayPal, or Square invoices. Planning. This is what takes me probably the longest amount of time, but is the most fun. Once I get my subscriptions, I ask my subscribers for the names of the kids, the ages of the kids, and 3 things that they're interested in. I have a book that I write everything down for. This is my subscription book, and nothing goes in here but subscriptions. I write down the ages, names, and interests of the kids, along with addresses and emails, all right there for me, so that when I need to go input all the addresses, it's there. And then I break down by month. I've got all my January choices, I've got all my February choices, and I've got all my March choices. I don't do it in here first. There's a lot of scratch work that goes into this, a lot of crossing out and whatnot. So I have pieces of paper that I do this on first. A way that you can save money and get your customers more books for their money is by ordering collections. If you have enough subscriptions that entail babies, You can order the That's Not My Zoo kit, and you'll get 5 That's Not My books for $49.90. Nope, that's a lie. And you'll get 5 That's Not My books for $39.99. That's a free book. So keep it for yourself or use it to sneak another book in there. And there's lots of collections that work for this, like Muddle and Match, etc. So think collections, think hidden gems that your customers wouldn't normally think to order, but when they get them, they're gonna be so excited and say, I didn't know Usborne Books and More had this. For summer, I like crosswords and maze books. For winter, think science activity books and sticker books. I like to put in the first chapter books in a series and get them hooked. For older kids, I love to put in the writing books or Year in My Life books. And for summer, I'm definitely gonna be putting in some of those outdoor books. Or maybe the Bear Grylls. Look at me, I get so excited thinking about it. When the books arrive, take a picture of all those boxes and post on your VIP, subscription books are here, they're here, they're here, and get everyone really amped up and excited. I pre-package my 3 months worth of book subscriptions. This saves me so much time in the long run. I purchased bubble mailers off of Amazon in bulk. You can buy about 50 bubble mailers at a size of 12.5 by 19 for about $24. Because you're gonna ship media mail, there can be nothing inside but books. But that's okay, because with media mail, you can still Shazam the outside of that package with stickers and washi tape and make it look awesome for those kids. I address the subscriptions to the kids. They love getting mail for themselves and not just a letter, a package. I also make a little graphic in Canva that says something like, your book club order has arrived, or or yay, your book bag is here. Snap a picture enjoying your books and post it on the VIP and then come up with what you want to give for a free book in your next subscription order, for 10% off your next order. Or you don't even need to give anything. You can just ask them to share. But it definitely gets it out there in your VIP or business page that you offer this service, and it gets people excited to try it for the next time. Maybe make a hashtag that has to do with your book club and have them use the hashtag. So now it's easy. You just use the lists that you've already made, organize the books, put them in their bubble mailers, write the names of the children and the month that it needs to be mailed on the bubble mailer, seal them, put them in a January box, a February box, and a March box, or whatever months you're doing. And then when the first of the month rolls around, grab that box. Now, I send all my subscriptions out from home. We live in a very small town, and I know my USPS lady, she's okay with it. So I go ahead and I just print off mailing labels. I use PayPal, but I'm gonna be switching over to the post office service online because you can store addresses. How easy is that to have an address book? Click, print, click, print, click, print. And you print off all your mailing labels for all your subscriptions within 10 minutes. Make the outsides of those bags look pretty and get them in your mailbox. I had to buy a bigger mailbox once I started doing subscriptions, but I'm okay with that because I'm lazy. Or you can address them by hand and bring them to the post office where you can ship them media mail. And get ready for the excitement. Subscriptions are great for the summertime, and they're wonderful to provide to your customers around the holidays. Grandmothers, long-distance grandmothers, love to buy book subscriptions for their grandkids across the country. And that brings in new customers and new kids to you. It gets Usborne and Kane Miller books into so many new households. I hope you try a book subscription service for your VIP members. It's really something I totally love doing for the kids in my customer families. I hope this has cleared up some things for starting your first subscription service to save you some time, money, anxiety, and headaches. Have fun picking out those books and forming connections with your families.
See you later.